Welcome back! Today we're going from Kendal to Carnforth. It is finally a sunny day. Enjoy the scenery. We are starting our route toward the south as we come out of Kendal, joining the A519. On our route first, we cross Helsington. Helsington is named after one of the 24 townships which constituted the greater parish of Kendal. It has a population of 310 as of 2011, comprising 140 households, and 282 people are currently on the electoral register. The parish consists of the village of Brigsteer in the Lith Valley and the surrounding rural area, including the settlements of Helsington, Sizergh, Larkrick and Prizet. Brigsteer has a village hall built in 2010, which is well used for social, community and business events, and the Wheatsheaf pub, which was redeveloped in 2013. Helsington is the location of St John's Church and the former village school, now bunkhouse accommodation. Sizergh Castle and Estate is a National Trust property, and nearby is Low Sizergh Barn, a farm with a shop, farm trail and cafe. The road on the left will take you to the Villa Levens. The villa was originally Brettarg Holt, a family home for the Brettarg Yates family, designed by local architect Joseph Bintley in 1871. It was later owned by Sir Charles Walker, whose passion for orchids led him to build greenhouses against the large garden walls that still remain. His daughters were well-known suffragettes. When he died in 1920, the estate was auctioned off and soon became the Levens Hotel, and was altered to designs by Malcolm G. Shaw, Kendal, in 1928. Due, it seems, to failure to obtain a liquor license, Sam Ashcroft sold the estate to the Sisters of the Sacred Heart, and in 1944 it became a convent, followed by a home for single mothers in 1946, with accommodation for up to 35 mothers and babies. Most, but not all, the children were adopted, and the society arranged between 30 and 40 adoptions a year. Admissions ceased in June 1968. The Salesian Sisters of St John Bosco ran the house and grounds from the 70s as a retreat, mainly for youth groups, entertaining scouts and brownies for many years, the large grounds providing the perfect camping area. In the summer of 2012, the sisters moved out, and in 2014, Simon Rigby bought the magnificent building and large grounds and transformed it into the beautiful hotel that it is today. we arrive at Milnthorpe, we were first greeted by St Anthony's Tower on our left. It is said to have been built to commemorate the Reform Bill of 1832. The tower is a prominent landscape feature, visible from some considerable distance all around. Milnthorpe was a market town in the parish of Heversham. The 19th century Church of St Thomas, which overlooks the green and the square, was designed by Kendal architect George Webster. Milnthorpe became a centre of business and activity because it was originally a port, using the River Bella and estuary, and it remains a significant commercial centre for the area. Tourism and hospitality have always thrived, Milnthorpe being a convenient stop-off point on the A6 for coaches and cars en route to the Lake District. Just to the north is Levens Hall, famed for its topiary. The village used to be a major traffic bottleneck before the opening of the M6 motorway in 1970 and the A590/A591 Kendal Link Road a few years later. The nearby Dalham Deer Park, part of the wider Dalham Tower estate, is a popular spot for walkers, particularly those en route to the Arnside and Silverdale. The popular children's drink Umbongo was made in Milnthorpe by Libby's in the 1980s. Milnthorpe is the home of Duralon Combs, a comb manufacturing business over 300 years old. As we follow the river down towards the sea, we come across Beetham, a village of grey limestone cottages and cobbled forecourts. St Michael's Church is an antique Gothic edifice with a nave, chancel and side aisles. Heroncorn Mill, dating from about 1740, on the banks of the River Bella, is one of the few working mills in the area. The 14-foot-high water wheel powers all the machinery. From the village, a path climbs to Beetham Fell and leads to the Fairy Steps. The second of 2 flights of stone steps is so named because of a legend. Supposedly, if you climb the steps without touching the limestone sides of the narrow gully, the fairies will grant your wish. As we slowly make our way to Carnforth, we first come across the Pine Lake Resort at this roundabout. Pine Lake is ideal for water sports enthusiasts, or those who just enjoy the most stunning of views. Carnforth is a market town and civil parish in the city of Lancaster. Carnforth grew in the 19th century through the presence of the railway and ironworks. Due to the closeness of the coast and the hills, Carnforth is a popular base for walkers and cyclists exploring the area. The River Keer, the West Coast Main Line, the A6 and the Lancaster Canal pass through the town. The M6 motorway passes just to the east. The name Carnforth is thought to derive from its old function as a ford of the River Keer on which it is situated. Over time, the descriptive name Keer Ford may have morphed into the modern Carnforth. Much of the history of Carnforth revolves around the railway and ironworks. Vast deposits of limestone located locally made Carnforth an ideal place for ironworks, as limestone is a key component of the smelting process. In 1846, the Carnforth Ironworks Company established works, located near the railway station. In the same year, a recession occurred in the Earl of Dudley Ironworks in Worcestershire, which meant there was a surplus of workers. By 1872, steel production became the main focus for the works using the new Bessemer process. By 1889, this process had failed. Iron production continued at the works until 1929, when it eventually closed down. The site was taken over by the War Department as an ordnance depot, and remained as such until the 1960s. From then to the present, the site is now an industrial estate housing several businesses. From the 1920s to the 1980s, Morphy's Mill in Oxford Street was a major employer of women in Carnforth. Contrary to its name, it was not a mill, but a factory making blouses and other garments. In 1945, Carnforth Railway Station was used as a location for the David Lean film brief encounter, starring Celia Johnson and Trevor Howard. Fans of this film were one of the major factors in the recent refurbishment of the railway station, including construction of a refreshment room to match the studio set used in the film. This reopened in 2021 as the Brief Encounter Refreshment Room Bistro and Bar. leave Carnforth, let me grab the opportunity to say thank you for watching. If you want to check out the rest of the route down to Morecambe, please subscribe as it will be uploaded later. Don't miss it. And if you enjoyed watching the scenery going by while learning a thing or two, please press the like button also. Thank you, and see you next time.